It is always a great pleasure to welcome this lady to our show. She is one of the few performers who has appeared on Broadway in many, many hits and has never been in a flop. She is superb. Would you welcome Miss Ethel Merman?
This is a song from Gypsy. You can stand on any corner of a city and watch the crowds passing by. Make a mental note of the people you meet. Take a second look at the man in the street. Take a third look and you'll beat a retreat. You can have 'em, I don't want 'em, not I. Some people can get a thrill knitting sweaters and sitting still. That's okay for some people who don't know they're alive. Some people can thrive and bloom, living life in a living room. That's perfect for some people of 105. But I at least gotta try. When I think of all the sights that I gotta see at, all the places I gotta play, all the things that I gotta be at, come on, Papa, what do you say? Some people can be content playing bingo and paying rent. That's peachy for some people, for some humdrum people. But the happiest of people and the friendliest of people are the people who need people. They're the luckiest people in the world. That's okay for some people who don't know they're alive. But I at least gotta try. When I think of all the sights that I gotta see at, all the places I gotta play, all the things that I gotta be at, come on, Papa, what do you say? Papa, don't you stand in my way. I'll never settle down and go to pot in someone else's town. That's peachy for some people, for some humdrum people. But some people
All the windows in El Segundo just went out when you hit that last note.
I said, oh, isn't that terrible? You know, it's so nice to be here with you. I mean, last two times I was here, you weren't here. I was here with John Davidson and then McLean Stevenson, and they're both great guys, but
well, I'm glad
I missed you.
Yeah, how are you?
I'm pretty well. I had a little trouble with a tooth. Do you ever have a nerve taken out of a tooth? Oh, my dear, last Thursday, this man, for an hour and a half in the dentist chair, I said to him, if you pick up that drill once more, I'm going to go right out that window.
Yes, you should have done the old joke. Now we're not going to hurt each other, are we? But anyway.
But it's
See,
all
there's
right
got to
now.
be a
It's fine.
different.
It's
There's
fine.
got to be a different name. You see, When somebody says you're going in for root canal work, that is a bad-sounding thing to do. Root canal. It's all wrong.
Oh,
Can't they say we're going to remove your blippy or something? That doesn't sound so bad.
I wish he hadn't removed my
root canal. Is that what you had?
You know, well, it was a nerve. It was a dead nerve.
Well, that's root canal.
Yeah. Oh, gee, it was
Then
terrible.
they put it in my back.
You then took the root canal and put it in your back.
Yeah, I think that's where it came from. I got it from your back.
But everything's okay now.
Yeah, everything is fine. Yeah, just wonderful.
I understand they held a little testimonial honor for you since I've seen you last.
Oh, yeah, the Project Hope dinner on the 25th of November. It was really wonderful.
That's very nice.
At the Grand Ballroom of the Hotel Plaza. And Mayor Beam presented me with a plaque and everything, and we all got
Luckily,
home.
he didn't sell it to you the way they're
well,
going back there. Want to buy a plaque,
He was very
sweetheart?
cute about the whole thing. He didn't even know where the money came from for the plaque. But anyhow, we got home, and this plaque and the roses and everything, and get to my hotel, and I give it to a bellhop cigarette, and he drops it and breaks all the glass and everything. How about that? See, that's the help
Did
you
the
have
city
nowadays.
send you
What
another?
can you do?
Did they send you another? Make
Oh,
good?
yes. Yeah, the management at the hotel had it all reframed and
That's
everything, yeah. But I must tell you something real funny, what's going to happen to me. You know Gene Shalit?
Sure,
No,
the critic, yeah.
Obama, the big hair and everything, on the Today Show. Well, he's a good friend of mine, and he's a brilliant guy, and I love and adore him. He called me a couple of weeks ago, and he said, I have to see you. This is too important. I can't tell it to you on the phone. So I said, okay. So he came over to the house, and he walked into the library, and he said, I can't even sit down. I'm so excited, blah, 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 blah. Well, anyhow, I said, what is it? What is it? So, well, this is what happened. There's another side of Gene Shalit that nobody knows about. He was a growing boy. He studied classical music, and he's a bassoon player, believe it or not.
And he'll win that nobody blows good.
No, yes.
That's
I don't know how he
the oboe, I
blows
think.
it with that mustache, how he can get through it. I don't know. But anyhow, this is what he said. Now, he was on the Today Show about 3 weeks ago, and Barbara Walters asked him, did he have a secret ambition? And he said, yes, it was his ambition to conduct a big symphony orchestra. Now, somebody from the Pittsburgh Symphony Organization happened to catch this show. Pittsburgh, yes, happened to catch this show and contacted him. Now, on March the 26th, are you ready for this?
I think so.
Gene Shalit is going to conduct the Pittsburgh Symphony Orchestra of 100 musicians playing Peter and the Wolf, and I'm going to narrate it.
You're going to narrate Peter and the Wolf?
Is this a parlay?
That's
Gene
very
Shalit
nice.
and me? You think that would be good? I think
Well, sure, why not?
I can't
March,
wait.
when is it, March?
March the 26th, yeah,
March
in
26th.
Hershey, Pennsylvania.
That should be fun.
Yes, yeah, how about that?
That's where they make the candy bars, isn't it?
Yes, yeah.
That's nice.
Isn't that nice?
You
I'm
did
thrilled about it.
You did something somebody told me that I've always wanted to do, never had the nerve to do when you flew out. When they started to show the movie on the plane,
Oh, yeah.
you wouldn't put the shade down.
No, for what?
Well,
I was doing...
if they show the movie, they
I
come
get-
down and say, would you please put the window down?
I get
and-
the seat on the sunny side of the airplane so I can do my needlepoint and do it well, particularly when the background is dark.
Right.
And this cockamamie hostess came over to me and said, Miss Merman, she said, would you either retire to the lounge or pull down your shade because the light's coming in, the sun's shining in. I said, no way.
'Cause you wanted to do your
I said, this is
needlepoint.
my seat, and I can do in this seat what I want. I've seen that picture, and I want to do my needlepoint, and that's it. Now go away, don't bother me. Don't you think I was right?
Sure I do. Yes.
Why should I have to? I didn't want to look at the
Absolutely.
picture.
Why? No.
Could you tell us what the picture was? Because I'll bring my needlepoint the next time if I go to see
Well,
it.
the funny part, I had seen the picture.
She didn't want
So
to see
that's
the picture
another
again.
reason why I didn't want to sit there for an hour and a half or something.
I finally got up enough nerve last time when you get on the plane, and it was the flight that goes from New York to Los Angeles, then they go on to Hawaii. And while they're sitting on the runway in New York, they're playing Hawaiian music already. But the tape is never at the right speed. Have you ever noticed there's nothing worse? Because it never works. It's...
Funny.
And I said, would you mind turning the Hawaiians off? And they went and they turned it off because you're captive. And they figure they can play this and you have to sit and listen to it. I didn't want to listen to Hawaiian music.
I have an awful nerve to do this with all these comics around you, but I heard a funny story. I don't know if it's reached here or not. May I tell it?
Why not?
It's about a man who has a terminal...
You saw Ted's act. How far wrong can you go?
No, it's about a man who's very desperately ill, terminal disease, and he knows he's going to die. But before he dies, he wants to know that he's going to go to heaven, right? So he calls up the minister at the church, and he said, I'm deathly sick. He said, but I wish you could do something for me. I don't mind dying, but I want to know that when I do die, that I'm going to go to heaven. Can you arrange that for me? So the minister said, I'll do whatever I can. So about A week later, the minister called the guy back, and he said, "It's all arranged." He said, "I've got good news for you, and I've got bad news for you." And the guy said, "You heard it,
No,
didn't
I
you?"
didn't. I just went,
And so the guy said, "What's the good news?" And the minister said, "It's all arranged. I've said the prayers. You are going to go to heaven. I'll give it to you in writing." And the little guy said, "Oh, that's wonderful." Then the guy said to the minister, "And what's the bad news?" And the minister said, "You're leaving Wednesday."
That's not bad. That's not bad.
I thought it was funny.
It is funny.
Yes, I think it's
You don't
funny.
have to apologize.
Well,
You
it's
think
not,
funny,
I
it's
don't,
funny,
you know,
no.
well, it's clean, and then, you know, I think...
So was Ted's act. Well, we're coming right back after this, so stay with us. Madlyn Rhue is with us tonight. I like Madlyn. She's a fun gal and a good actress, and she'll be appearing in an upcoming Streets of San Francisco episode. Would you welcome Miss Madlyn Rhue? Madlyn. Couldn't you have something like Paddling Madlyn Home?
Oh, I'm so glad they didn't.
Do you remember
Everyone
the song?
sings that on the set sometimes,
Do they?
and it's always someone off key, and it's really, you know,
Oh.
and you try to smile and be nice about
Well,
it.
I'm sorry I brought it up. I thought you would be pleased if they would play.
I am
Paddling.
so excited to be sitting next to this woman. She is, you're a dream.
I am?
Yeah, when I was a kid, when I was a kid and I was in New York and everyone was studying singing, you know, and everything, and all we ever wanted to be was Ethel Merman.
Oh, she's
and we
sweet.
hounded your shows. Yes, she's brilliant, isn't she? She's a legend in her own time, absolutely. And I went to see her show. She had a one-woman show here, and Mary Martin was in the audience, and between the two of them, they have introduced every major song.
I told her before, every time she's on the show, I saw Gypsy 4 times in New York when she was in it, and every time I still get chills every time she sings a song from Gypsy.
It's so exciting, you know, and I can barely talk, so it's like...
Well, just try to hang in there.
Yeah.
What's new in your life, Fluffles? You really dressed up tonight, didn't you?
Yes, well, you know, they did it to me again, my friends. This is my... Every time I come on the show, I keep wearing gifts and things, you know. I'm very lucky, aren't I?
So you are? Was
now
that a gift?
I think about it. Yes, this was a birthday present, the dress from Out to Be and Sammy Davis.
Well, that's very
and,
nice.
This is a Christmas present from Tommy Gallagher and Suzanne, my ring and my earrings.
Oh,
Because
that's
remember,
nice.
I was robbed.
Do you own
remember?
anything of your own?
No, actually, I don't really
That's right, you were
anymore.
robbed.
I was robbed, and they took everything, you know. Well, not everything.
You robbed too?
Were you?
When I was in the stage, and I was on the stage at Hello Dolly, 1970. I came home, and they just cleaned me up. Absolutely clean.
Did you fix that window?
Electrically drilled a 300-pound safe, and nobody heard them in a hotel. Electrically
In a hotel?
Drilled, electrically drilled the safe.
Gee, they just pushed hard on my
Yeah.
door.
Oh, that just like, wow.
Didn't you get that window fixed that they came in?
Yes, I did, and here's what I did, is I decided that I would really make it terrific, and I didn't want to be in darkness because it was the only little window I had, so, you know, I was fixing my apartment up, and I did all the wallpapering myself, and 2/3 of the wall really looked terrific. The one wall where I first started out, you know, not wonderful.
Where'd you
but-
learn to wallpaper? That's a ridiculously difficult thing to do, isn't it?
Yes, yeah, it is. I learned it from a book of instructions that said how to wallpaper.
Good title for it.
Yeah, and then, well...
Simple, to the point, direct.
remember we were talking about that with plumbers at the house and
How to
everything?
plumb? What do you mean?
How to fix your John and stuff, you know?
People should
'cause-
know how to do those things.
Absolutely, because it's really a little thing, and then the plumber comes over and charges you, you know, $87.50 and goes out with your ring and your earrings, you know, and all it is a little washer or something like that. So I learned to do all those things. I had to, because when I was married to a man who didn't know how to change a light bulb. He thought you had to sell the house, you know.
John, one of those.
Yeah, so I learned in self-defense. But then I decided I'd put mirrors. I had a very small little room, so I thought if I mirror it,
Yeah.
it'll look twice as big.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
It was the dining room and the kitchen.
Okay.
Oh, maybe that's what's wrong. Anyway, so when I had the problem with, yes, son of a gun.
Oh, I didn't say anything. I just said sure.
Okay. So I put the mirror into the windows, too.
What do you mean into the
I
windows?
bought mirror and I put it in the window. I mean, instead of, you can't look out the windows, you look into mirror, and the mirror reflects you instead of,
Well, don't you
it's
want to
just all
look out?
mirrored. I didn't think of that. I just thought it would be nice to reflect the rest of the house. But what happened was there's this new magic glue on the market that is supposed to be really terrific, and there's only one thing. So I glued all the mirror up and everything, and it looked great, and I had people over, and they said it looked great, and it went well with the wallpaper and everything. And as I was sitting and talking, I heard this terrific crash, and the mirror went. And I don't mean little mirror.
Big
I
mirror.
mean the wall. I mean from floor. And I heard it, and I knew what it was, and I just was going to
Well, you know it wasn't
ignore
the wallpaper, obviously.
No, I knew it wasn't that, because that crinkles. But anyway,
Big crinkling sound when that comes down.
yeah, when that falls. It's not, my wallpaper's not going to fall off, is it?
What?
Are you saying my wallpaper's going to fall off?
I don't know. What'd you put it on with?
Glue?
Yeah, the mucilage.
No.
Just
No, it
glue?
was a little spray can glue thing,
Well,
and
probably
it's supposed to,
stay up
it stuck my fingers together, so I figure it's going to stick the wallpaper to the wall. Have you ever had that done, that new magic glue thing?
Epoxy?
Yeah, when you break a fingernail and you put it on its magic glue and you go like that, and then your fingers are forever like that. So hopefully you're always saying everything's okay. You know, just... and
Terrible for hitchhiking, though. Ridiculous.
Right, yeah, Thursday. Right, isn't that the joke? Monday,
Yes,
Tuesday,
that's right.
Wednesday, Thursday, right.
So have you got things back to normal now?
Well, everything is back to normal for me, which is never quite normal.
Yeah.
But I'm used to that, and most of my friends are, so it's okay, you know.
All right.
And listen, before I forget, Merry Christmas to everybody.
Well, Merry Christmas to you.
Yeah, Merry Christmas. to all of
Merry
you.
Christmas to you.
Hi, Uncle Ted. We'll be back in a moment after this brief message. I never heard it. Why did you just got a new car and you got a coat and a hat to match the car?
Yeah.
Only
yeah.
women would do that.
Yeah. Oh, I
I'm
love
not
it.
being chauvinistic, but
No,
I mean,
no.
some women would do that.
Yeah, no, it's terrific. It's buckskin color, and that's really why I got the car. As soon as I saw a color named buckskin, I figured I had to get it.
Sure.
And I called the car Coupe after Gary Cooper because the color's buckskin and stuff. Like that. Well, I always name my car. I get very personally attached to my
You know
car.
who used to do that? The late Billy DeWolf.
Yes,
Had
he
a
did.
name for his car.
His Cadillac, he called her Carabelle?
Clara Cadillac.
Cadillac, right. Well, I have Cooper Monte Carlo. Well, only because it's really terrific, and it's such an unusual color, and I think it just looks nice when you drive out in the street and everything. Of course, you shouldn't drive at home, but I mean, when you drive out in the street, other people look at you, and you should look pretty. I never go out in hair rollers. I just hate to be driving along, and I look over, and there's this lady, and she's got her hair in rollers, and she's screaming at the child, and it's
I like
not
to
a
do that.
pretty picture to see. I mean, we should keep America beautiful, right?
That's right.
So you should...
And dress for your car.
Well, I'd like to dress for a man, but I don't have one now, so the car
You
I
must have a
to
lot
do.
of boyfriends, though.
No, I don't.
Oh, come on.
No, I don't. I'll tell you, it's very difficult for me, mainly because as I got older, I guess I got fussier. But the other thing also is that, you know, people are afraid of, quote, actresses, unquote, and they always think they have to, like, really take us out terrific, you know, to fancy places and
Impress you, you
everything.
mean.
And, yeah, and I had a date with an attorney, and he was really very sweet and very nice. And about a half hour into the date, we were driving, and he stopped at a red light, and I said, "You don't really want to be out with me. You want to be out with someone like Rona Barrett or Luella Parsons." And I got out at the red light, and I took a taxi home. The guy had spent the entire time asking me, "Is this one gay? Is this one really doing it to this one? Is that one doing this? Is this..." And, I mean, he never said to me, "Hi, how are you?"
Show business is his
yeah,
life.
it's his life, right? Ain't mine.
All right, we're taking a short break. We're coming right back.